Morning, squad. How are we? We well?
We're in good form. We're in good form. How did you see the fight of the weekend, mate? An enjoyable one. Good to watch.
Oh, mate, is there anything better than watching 260-pound plus blokes knock 7 bells out of each other? It's amazing. Especially when you're only about 5 foot away from it. It's absolutely tremendous.
Tell me a bit about what was going on, because the thing with Joe Joyce as well is at 37 years old, there are so many people in the world of boxing that know him so well, know what his potential is. What is that potential now, Adam, after you've seen a fight like that against Joseph Parker, and it was so entertaining? What is next for him?
Well, I think Saturday night confirms that he is a Terminator. He is a cyborg. He's not really human. And I think a lot of people just had that final one question as to how much could he take? Because for anybody that's watched Joe Joyce in the professional ranks since he turned over, and he turned over late at 31 years of age after that silver medal in 2016, which should have been a gold. I keep saying that on the radio, but it should have been. And we've seen him in with very, very good opposition, and we've seen him take ridiculous amounts of shots. But Saturday night, even though he was taking ridiculous amounts of shots and he was taking the power because Joseph Parker threw the kitchen sink at him, we saw a change in his tactics a little bit, because his jab was absolutely sensational, as we saw for large percentages of the fight against Daniel Dubois. He did it again against, with all due respect to Daniel Dubois, a better level of opponent in Joseph Parker. And then just the relentless pressure. He was like a concrete blanket all over Joseph Parker for the majority of this fight, and obviously getting the stoppage in the 11th round. And I think now the debate isn't how good is Joe Joyce. I think the debate is regarding Joe Joyce. Can the best of the best stop him? That's where we're at right now. Can Anthony Joshua knock him out? Can Deontay Wilder knock him out? Because we've seen him just take so much, and he doesn't flinch, and he just keeps coming forward. And his performance at the weekend was absolutely top class. And now he's most certainly thrown his name in amongst those the very elite in the heavyweight division.
Adam, you said the other day that you didn't think Joe Joyce could trouble Usyk. Have you now changed your mind? Because if memory serves me right, Chisora troubled Usyk quite a bit, and for me, Joe Joyce is a level up from Chisora. I
agree with you. I actually think in the Chisora fight, I think Usyk was playing a little bit. I think he was laying a little bit of possum to try and get himself the Anthony Joshua fight, and obviously he ended up succeeding with it. But yeah, my mind has changed. Watching him at the weekend, listen, I still fancy Usyk to win the fight. Let's not get it twisted. Because of his elite footwork, he sets a hell of a pace as well, and his hands are ridiculously fast. I think he can get in and out quick enough, but he will get caught. And it's a case of whether Usyk can take the power of Joe Joyce, because I think it's evident now that Joe Joyce ain't going anywhere. Listen, I'm into the freak show a little bit. I want to see him in with Deontay Wilder. Can he take it? Can he take that power? Because it'd be unbelievable. If Wilder hits him in the first 3 minutes of that fight and he just sits there like Pac-Man and eats it, all of a sudden everybody's on the edge of the seats going, oh my days, what is going to go on here? Crackers. It's crackers, the amount of punishment that man could take. Like I keep saying, I don't think he's human.
Yeah. Adam, I want to ask you about some other things that are going on in the world of boxing as well, because today apparently is D-Day. So the Fury camp are saying, right, contract signed today, or we're not going to fight Anthony Joshua at all. Anthony Joshua's like, well, it's the contracts with my lawyers. That's what you have to do when you get a contract. What's going on, Adam?
D-Day's been going on for 3 years with this, hasn't it? Jeez, man, they've been going on for so long. Listen, if this... I know that there's been a little bit of more back and forth, obviously, because Tyson was in attendance on Saturday night, and he's saying Monday, your cut-off date and all this type of thing, and Anthony came back last night on social media. If this fight falls off now at this stage, it does not look good for anybody. It would be a farce for boxing if it fell off at this particular stage. Forget setting these parameters of when it is and what it is. Anthony kind of nailed it a little bit last night. He said, listen, mate, I'm signing the contract. It's with my lawyers. Why is he going to get involved in a fight of this magnitude, with this amount of money, with all these contractual stipulations, without having his brief check it over? Let his brief check it over. Let it make sure that he's happy. He's agreed to the terms. He's not going to change anything. The 60-40 is not going to change. The date is not going to change. The venue is not going to change. Get your backside in the gym. Start training. Let the legal people take care of it. And that contract will be signed at some point, I imagine, over the next 7 days. And then we can make an announcement and get this fight on the road. I think if it falls off now, we're going to lose so many fans. Fans are just sick to death of the chat. We don't want no more chat. We want some action. That's what we want. So let's put all the talking to one side. Let the big boys deal with it. and then get this fight on the road, because if it falls out now, it would be an absolute farce.
I think that's the important thing, Adam, that you just mentioned there is fight fans who, especially in Britain, who've been wanting this fight specifically for a long time now. If this is just what turns out to be a war of words, I think both camps lose credibility, like so much, because it's like, why are we doing this? But my percentage of, do you remember when you came on last week or the week before and you said the percentage that you think that you're sure it's going to happen is 90%? Has that wavered?
Yeah, because of how long it's taken. I know that obviously we had the sad passing of Her Majesty in the middle of this, and which is held quite a lot of these, out of respect, people put a lot of those things on the back burner. But we're in a situation now where, because of the length of time that this has gone on, and because there's still hot air on social media, it does diminish and dilute your expectation of this fight happening. And obviously, we've seen it on many occasions. We've agreed terms. We seem to, every party that's involved, all the people, all the hold-ups that could have held this up, broadcasters, promoters, all those types of things, it should have been in play by now. They're not in play. So just let the I's get dotted and the T's get crossed, and let's get this over the line. If this doesn't, Laura, as you rightfully said, the people... that boxing loses out. There's going to be to and fro off the back of this. People are going to blame him, and he's going to blame him, and it's going, oh, he didn't want it. There's going to be a lot of hot air if it doesn't happen. But the fact is, boxing loses. We're in a good situation right now where we're going forward, and we're starting to see, on the wider scale, the fights that we want to see start to get made. Fans are starting to get a little bit more excited. We're starting, like on Saturday night, we're starting to see the fans come back out, filling the arenas once again. This turns people away. They're not interested in the politics. They're not interested in the nonsense. They want to see the fight. So they have a duty of care to the sport of boxing to make the fight happen now that they've taken it as far as this. So let's get it over the line. Yeah.
Adam, you said both fighters will lose credibility if the fight doesn't get made. But from Anthony Joshua's side, he's agreed to the 40-60 in Tyson Fury's favour. He's agreed to fight the 3rd of December, which he didn't want to do. So from his side, is there anything behind the scenes that he should be doing more to get this fight made?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the fighters are in charge. The people that are around them work for the fighter. He should, if he really wants it, and I truly believe that Joshua wants it, I really do, he should be on his people today. Say, listen, guys, you're making me look a prat in front of all these people, yeah? Get this contract sorted. Let's get it signed and let's get this thing announced. Therefore, nothing can come back on me where people are having a go at me saying that I didn't fancy it. And from a Tyson Fury point of view, if this doesn't materialise, remember, he called Joshua out. Joshua hasn't just shot his shot. Tyson Fury called him out from a place of power. It was on him to make this fight happen. So if he walks away now and he ends up fighting someone like a Manuel Char, fans are going to be going, what, eh? You're calling Joshua out 2 minutes ago. I thought we were getting the undisputed fight with Alexander Usyk, and fair enough, Usyk has said, I'm going to be back in 2023. Now we're fighting a dude that's not even ranked with any of the sanctioning bodies. What's this all about, man? So he loses credibility on that point of view.
Yeah. And the next time all the hype comes up again, Adam, when they try and redo the fight again, no one's going to be interested, no one's going to be listening, because you're like, well, you know what? This is the 3rd time now that this has happened, and we don't believe it. It will be massively disappointing if it doesn't get ahead. If today's deadline day, then another deadline day, then we'll see what happens. But if, like you say, Cuts, if it's like another 7 days or whatever, look, whatever happens, we hope to get it over the line. They've got to do it soon as well. Lovely to have you on, Adam. Thank you very much.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.